All right. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hello.
So you guys are gonna have to forgive the hoodies today.
Yeah.
We woke up to our furnace being down. Apparently, we need a new circuit board for our furnace.
Yes.
So yay, that's exciting,
Well,
right?
the last time that we needed something, well, we actually needed a whole new furnace last time, but that was when we found out that we needed one. It was really, really, really cold. So at least now it's just really cold.
Well, yeah, it's been raining the last
Yeah.
couple days, overcast, really dreary, in the 40s
Yeah.
right now. So at least it's not, bad. It's just,
Right.
wear a hoodie, no
Right.
big deal. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but whatever. So we're going a little informal today.
Yes.
Go with it.
Whatever.
So this week we have a lot of stuff, a lot of exciting stuff going on that is starting more weighted to the end of the week, but that's okay because when you hear what's coming at the end of the week, maybe it makes sense.
Maybe
I think
so.
right? So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So first off, on Monday,
We are going to release the most recent Conversations with Heavy Cardboard that Edward did with Ted Alsbach. That'll be released on the podcast feed on Monday morning. And then we will also be releasing episode 56 and 57 on the YouTube feed. That will go live at midnight Mountain Daylight Time tonight.
all right. So that's Princes of the Renaissance and part 2 of me going to Essen last year. And the reason we're kind of going Essen-centric, maybe is a good way to put it this week.
It's been happy happenstance for the episodes that are being released on YouTube. That was not at all staged.
Sure. I don't believe her entirely, but hey, it works out because Tuesday is going to be an early release of this week's episode, actually, as it were, episode 87. It is our 2017 Essen preview show that I recorded with Jim and Eric of Punching Cardboard, just as we did last year. The difference being that Amanda thought, I don't need to just fall asleep on the mic.
Which is literally what I did last year.
So she just kind of begged out of that one, which kind of makes sense because you don't anticipate games.
It would literally be like, just like you talking about planning. Like, what?
Yeah,
It just doesn't.
and you'd be like, "Oh, that sounds cool."
Yeah. No. And you'd be like, oh, you made a sticker. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, Amanda and I will record the front end of the show. But other than that, it's going to be a long one. So prepare yourselves for that. God bless those fellas. They're very good friends of ours, but we can go a bit off the rails, as you guys heard last year. Pre-editing that Jim is doing. About 3 hours.
I'm excited to listen to this nonsense.
Yeah, because you weren't even
Nope, I wasn't even in the room. So I'm excited to listen to this.
Right. So it's going to be it's going to be a long one, but hopefully it puts some games on y'all's radar or at least pique some interest. For some obscure. So we did a top 10 for each of us. So there's 3 different top 10s.
Okay.
There are a few games of crossover.
Okay.
But there is a surprising amount of games that aren't crossed
That
over.
surprises me a lot.
And on top of that, we did a near miss of our top 10 just to be able to at least mention them.
Okay.
As well as I did a list of 7 what I think are going to be really obscure, but man, that sounds kind of cool games.
Okay.
That they're going to be super small print run type stuff.
Right.
That type thing. So
Cool.
yeah, hopefully you guys gives you all something to listen to. And the fact that it's coming out early on Tuesday is because normally Punching Cardboard would have released theirs at the end of last week, or a couple days ago. We would release on Thursday, so we cut the difference in half. And okay, Tuesday it is.
Yeah.
So you guys get a chance to have the episode a couple days early. Plus, with it being so long, it'll give you a little time to listen to
Couple
it. Right?
sessions or so.
Right. And apparently one of our patrons just welcomed another child into their home. So
Yes.
congratulations, Alexander.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's
Very
a
good.
future herd member, he said.
Right. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right. So that's Tuesday. Look for the episode then. I'm not sure if that's going to be in the morning or evening, but Tuesday nonetheless. Then on Wednesday,
We will be releasing episode 87 on YouTube, and then we will be having a live teach and playthrough of Caverna Cave versus Cave with just the two of us.
Right. We've been threatening to do this for the last few weeks, but you guys know what all has been going on with me being, horribly ill with the plague.
Correct.
Or
and now
whatever it was.
Now we have the cave people in the basement that are both sick. So everybody's trying to stay out. Dana is like following Matt around with the wipes, the disinfectant wipes.
Right.
So anytime he comes out of the bedroom and touches anything, she's behind him wiping it down.
To try and make sure that we're not getting sick.
To try to make sure that it doesn't
good.
come back around to her and us and everything. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a rough month for sickness in the house. So sorry about that. But yeah, you know what? Think of it this way. We're getting it out of the way early this year. Problem solved, right?
That's what we're hoping.
All right. So yeah, live playthrough of Cave versus Cave 1100 Mountain Daylight Time, 1700 UTC time on Wednesday, as well as dropping the episode for YouTube. Mm-hmm. All right. Then on Thursday, we are not going to live stream anything. The reason being, we're going to be playing Time of Crisis off camera to get ready for our review of that. So easy enough. Alex is going to be stopping by. He has a trial up here. He's
always works out.
He's a defense lawyer. Alex
Barry.
Alex Barry, the designer of High Treason. He lives down about an hour and a half south of us down in Colorado Springs. But he's a defense lawyer, and sometimes he has. Are they clients? Is that what they're called? Okay. He has clients in our neck of the woods, and so he comes up, and so he was...
I like it whenever he has a trial up here.
Right.
Because he comes to play games with us.
He stops by, so we're going to bust out Time of Crisis, and hopefully, maybe Ash can join us. We can see.
We'll see.
All right. So that's Thursday off camera, but for the YouTube channel.
On YouTube, we're going to be releasing... We did a daily diary every day of the World Board Game Championships. So we are going to have those all up. There'll be 7 separate videos, and those will all be up on YouTube on Thursday.
I always feel weird calling them videos because really all they are is audio with a picture.
Yeah, but people like it.
Right? Well, it gives people an opportunity that aren't familiar with the podcast to check out the podcast while on YouTube. Yep. And I mean, there's no downside, right?
None
it's
at
there
all.
if you want it.
Yeah.
And if not, then
don't pay attention.
It, right?
Yep, it's really easy.
And we have different playlists on the YouTube channel for... Hey, do you want the teaching and playthrough videos? Do you want the interviews, the conversations with Heavy Cardboard, et cetera, the podcasts and all that? So we have all of that for, whatever.
For consumption.
There you go. Whatever fits your fancy.
Yes. Tickles your fancy.
Go with it.
Yes.
Fancy, like Reba's song, like tickling. Anyway, moving on. So Friday.
Friday, we're just going to be doing a couple more episodes on YouTube. We're going to do episode 54, which is last year's SM preview with Punching Cardboard, and then episode OE, because we thought that was clever, is going to be the first part of Edward Goes to Essen.
And it's funny, I forgot to mention that in this year's SM preview, before we got started, we actually went back to last year's lists and kind of judged our 3 lists.
Harshly.
Well, here and there. So we went over last year's list to see.
That'll be perfect then.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's that for you guys. All right. So Don, who is the publisher of Nightworks games, he did Forged in Steel, among others. Hands in the Sea. Total brain cramp. See, that's what happens when I get thrown off here. He asked if we've ever checked out his game High Treason.
Yeah, we did a teaching playthrough and review, and it was a Golden Elephant Award finalist
for 2016. So yeah, very familiar with the game. Very, very highly respected game here in these here parts.
These here parts, and I'm so excited because he's gonna do a bunch more, like of different trials and stuff.
Hopefully, right?
Really excited.
And so you might be asking yourself, why aren't you live streaming on Friday? Well, there's a good reason for that. And that reason is we have a dress rehearsal for something.
We do.
Well, you don't.
No.
But I do.
The boys do.
Yeah, the fellas do, don't we? So it's going to be me, Matt, and Dan doing our final prep.
Yes.
For a live stream that's been highly requested,
Correct.
especially by folks over on Reddit.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Dun, da, da, da.
So on Saturday, we have two things going on. I don't know which is going to be... Well, I know which is more anticipated by me.
Me too.
But we have our live teaching and playthrough of Forbidden Stars. Finally, we finally got everybody healthy, and we were able to coordinate with Dan.
Everybody healthy. Everybody's in town.
Right.
It just finally worked.
So Forbidden Stars at 1100 Mountain Daylight Time, 1700 UTC time. And yeah, it's going to be a long one. It's probably going to be a 4, maybe 5 hour stream. We're doing it 3 players. The reason being 4 players would be excessively long. And yeah, so Forbidden Stars, very, very excited for that. But I'll be honest, that's not really the highlight for me, because for the last, I don't know, 8-9 weeks, we have been preparing for what's starting on Saturday, which is our patron drive. So we're going to probably Gonzo stream a heads up on a little bit more details on what the patron drive is. But the overarching view is, think of it as a Kickstarter, but for Patreon as opposed to Kickstarter, because we feel like Patreon is the format that fits best for the show. It's one that we have been a part of since February of 2016.
Long time.
And we're going to run the patron drive from September 30th up until right before we fly out to Essen on October 20th. So we are really excited. We are hoping to drum up a lot of support, hopefully, for the show going forward, as well as we're going to have a completely revamped patron levels, as well as a page that we are going to have for you guys, that for those that want to support the show but don't like the subscription model that Patreon is, you know, the every month $5, $10, whatever, we're going to have a considerably beefed up store in which you're going to be able to pay via PayPal, Stripe, or meaning credit cards, whatever. Basically become patrons, but as a one-time deposit. And we're going to have a ton of other stuff that is available in the store. Everything from t-shirts, as we always do. We're going to have patron-only t-shirts. We're going to have polos. We're going to have hoodies. We're going to have stickers. Hats, challenge coins, pins, and a ton of other stuff, as well as dinners with Heavy Cardboard at the various conventions we go to. We're going to have an auction going on to let us be your personal shoppers at Essen, and some other cool stuff that we have. We have a lot of testimonial stuff. We have some commercials, some funny stuff put together. So hopefully you guys enjoy it over the course of that 3 weeks, and it's something that that you're willing to become patrons of Heavy Cardboard.
Yes, we would greatly appreciate it.
So yeah. So that's what's Saturday. That's going to be a really big deal to us, and by default to you guys, because it's going to greatly impact the future of Heavy Cardboard.
Really big day.
So, yeah, really excited for Saturday. Should be a really good time. And then on Sunday, which normally Sundays are the weekly look ahead, and that's that. However, we, because of that sickness, had to delay the Age of Steam Sicily map from this year's Winsome collection. So we said, you know what? We're not going to put that off even further. So Sunday, the second day of the patron drive, we're going to be live streaming and teaching at 1100 Mountain Daylight Time, 1700 UTC, the Age of Steam Sicily map.
Yes.
And then after that, we have the weekly look ahead, which 1400 Mountain Daylight, which is 2000 UTC, just like this week. Unless that playthrough runs long, which it shouldn't run that long. It shouldn't.
No, it's a 3-player map. It shouldn't last that long.
It shouldn't. We're doing something wrong if it does.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's a big week both for us as the show, as well as a big week for the show.
Yeah.
This patron drive is really going to be a big deal, and hopefully you guys can help us spread the word, but more info on that later on this week. So thanks everybody for joining us. It's good to be, I would say, 98% healthy. I still got that little cough here and there, but for the most part,
it's a lot better than it was. Yeah.
And my energy's back. I'm a lot more peppy, and really excited. So it should be a
Yay.
good week, guys. Thanks, everybody, joining us live. Thanks for everybody after the fact as well as listening to the podcast.
Yep.
And we'll see you all later this week. And
Bye.
remember, episodes on Tuesday this week. Enjoy it. Spread the word.
Yes.
All right? And feel free to post on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
Wherever you want.
BGG. Help us spread the word, both about the Patron Drive as well as the show in general. We appreciate it, Joe. Thank you, everybody. And our 369 patrons. Thanks, Joe. We'll catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye.